Hi everyone, I'm just going to go over the instructions for your Systems of Equations 8 square poster. This is what we're going to be doing for your quarter 2 exam. Instead of a test, I'm going to have you guys do a project. So hopefully remember we did an 8 square poster already around Thanksgiving time, and you did the multi-representations poster for graphing lines. So this is going to be similar to that, except we're going to focus on our last unit of systems of equations, okay? So you want to get some paper, doesn't matter what kind, whatever you have available. If you have something like white printer paper, that would be best. Fold it so you get 4 squares on front and 4 squares on back, or you can use 2 pieces of paper if you don't want to do a front back. This is a Christmas or winter theme this time, so bring out your good decoration skills and use a Christmas or winter theme. It is worth 40 points, and it's due by Thursday at the end of school day, 2:30. Okay? You will have 8 boxes, 4 on the front, 4 on the back, or 4 on each of 2 separate pieces of paper. Here is the information that needs to take place in each of those boxes, okay? So the first box will be your title box. Just write in there Systems of Equations and your name, okay? Now, the rest of the boxes will include a representation of each system of equations that's going to be on the next page. So the other 3 boxes on the front will each have a graph. So you have to have a 4-quadrant coordinate plane where both of your lines are graphed on there, and it will show whether they intersect or whether they're parallel or whether they are the same line with an infinite solution. I'm going to show you an example of these in just a minute. On the back, or your other 4 squares, you'll have 2 different examples using the equal values method, and then you'll have 2 different examples using the substitution method. Okay, so 2 of each of those methods. All right, so I'm going to undo that. All right, so I am right here. Choose one system of equations from the list I gave you and determine what would be the best method to solve it. Label each box with the method you are using and then solve the system of equations. Show all work and give the final answer. So you need to do that for each of those, well, extra 7 boxes after your title box. Decorations. Decorate your poster with a Christmas or winter theme. Make sure you use lots of color and let your creative ability shine. You may only use each system of equation 1 time. That's very important. Once you use a system of equations, you can't use it again in another box. Every box will have its own unique system. There are more systems of equation than you will use. Okay, good. So we're going to go to the second page. Oops. Go to the second page. Let's see which way that's going. There we go. Okay, so here are your list of systems of equations that you're allowed to use on this project. You only need 7, okay? And there are actually, 11 of them. So you won't use 4 of them. For example, say you want to do the equal values method. So you look for one of the systems where both of them are set equal to x or set equal to y. So for example, this one circled here, this one would be great for your equal values method box. And what you're going to do is you are going to set those equal to each other and solve for x, then go back and solve for y. Okay? An example where you might want to use substitution method is where one of your equations is set equal to y, and you can plug it into y of the other equation. Okay, so that second one is a good one for substitution. Now, graphing, you're going to have to find a system of equations that will give you a solution where they intersect with one solution, where they have parallel lines, which means they have the same slope but different y-intercepts. And finally, where they end up being the exact same equation. It's like one line on top of each other. So you're going to have to work through a few of these to see what kind of equation answer you're going to get. Okay? Now, I will tell you there is an answer bank at the bottom. So when you work these out, check to make sure that whatever you got is in that answer bank. because if you got a solution that's not there, then something must have went wrong, and you are being graded on correct solutions. So make sure that your answer is in that answer bank. There are 3 systems of equations that will give you an infinity solution. So you can use those for your graph or equal values or substitution. Either is fine. You will also have 2 that give you no solution. So make sure you get one of those on your graph so you can see those parallel lines, okay? And the rest of them will intersect or just give you one solution. All right, very good. So those are the system of equations you're allowed to work with. 1 per box. Once you use it one time, you can't use it again. Now, let's look at an example to see what we're doing here. So here is an example of the front. This would be my 4 boxes on the front of my poster. As you can see in the upper left-hand corner, that's my title box. So I just have System of Equations by Mrs. Leach. So I just put that with your name on it. Then the other 3 boxes on the front are all my graphs. So to the right, I have my graph with intersecting lines. That means I chose a system of equations that when I graphed it, it intersected on this one right here. And remember, where it intersects is your solution. So you need to put a solution in every single box because I'm going to be checking those. Okay? So you can't use these examples because I made those up. Okay? On the bottom, you need to do a graph that will end up with parallel lines as your solution and a graph that ends up with the same lines. And those will be chosen from your system of equations that I gave you. Okay? All right, now that's the first 4 boxes. The second 4 boxes, as you can see on top, I have equal values method example 1, equal values method example 2. You need 2 of those. Okay, so find 2 systems of equations where both of the variables are set equal to y or possibly x. So you can set them equal to each other. Okay, just work it out, show all your work, and give your final solution as an ordered pair or no solution or infinite solution. Okay, that takes us to the bottom. The bottom is where you will have your substitution method examples. Okay, so substitution method example 1 is here and example 2 is there. I did one for you. You can't use that one. It's not on your list of equations. But basically, one of my equations was set equal to y right here. So I took the value of y and plugged it into y of the other equation. And this is all my work. So I substituted that in, got the value of x, and then I went and plugged it back in to get the value of y, and that will give us a final answer, ordered pair of -3, -2. So you need 2 substitution method examples. Okay, if I go back to the list, remember, equal values method, you are looking for 2 equations that are set equal to each other. Like that's a good one. That's a good one. They're both set equal to y. There's another one. There's another one. Those are all good equal values method problems. Now, which ones are good for substitution? Well, probably all the other ones. Let's look. Yeah, this one is set equal to y. That's a good one for substitution. Substitution. Yeah, these are all real good for substitution. Okay, so purple or blue for substitution, pink for equal values method. Now, once you find the ones that are parallel or infinity, make sure you use those for a graph as well. Okay, all right. So that takes us through the entire project. If you ever have a question, just always go back to that directions page and make sure you have what you need in each of the boxes. If you do have any questions, just email me anytime. You guys have a couple days to work on this. Do not leave it till the end on Thursday. It's going to take you some time to work out these systems of equations. Get started on it today. Get some of that math work out of the way. Just like I told you guys last time, it has to look like an 8th grader did it. It has to look like you guys put some effort into it to get a full 40 points. If you don't, if it's sloppy, if it's messy, you're going to get down to a B, a C, a D, or possibly even an F. So you don't want to do that. Okay, put some time into it, get your 40 points, and that'll really be a nice boost to your grade at the end of the grading period here. Okay, so that's your project. If you have any questions, just email me. I may have some time for a Google Meets if you have questions later in the week, but just keep an eye out on Google Classroom in your stream, and I'll let you know if I'm able to do that possibly on Wednesday. Okay? Otherwise, email me, and you guys have a great day. I'll see you soon. Bye.